Bada boom, guys. Why do we always point to our heads when these videos starts? Because knowledge is power, data is king. And one of the brand new revelations that comes out is that DTCC rule is already in effect. That's something that I want you guys to be able to see ASAP. And that's luckily something that we can look on in Hey It's Pixels DD from 19 minutes ago. He just tweeted about this 2 minutes ago. The new DTCC rule just passed. You guys have already heard me talk about it with Trey and the other Hodelman and exactly how that would affect the FTDs, but I do want you guys to now focus up on what Pixel has to say. So the DTCC just published a new SEC regulatory rule finding right here. Brand new screenshot from the website itself in the DTCC.com, legal SEC rule findings. The subject of the filing is, in short, remove the requirement for participants to submit monthly position confirmations and clarify participant obligation to reconcile activity on a regular basis. So many words. That's okay. You guys don't have to fully understand it. We are going to just skim it with our smooth-brained eyes right here. Okay, pursuant to section 2. The main point is that they are now no longer going to have extra extensions on their homework to be able to play around with their BS. So this is something that you guys can read in more detail. I think I want to point out, just importantly, we have here the number 1 clearing agency statement of the terms of substance of the proposed rule change, and we like substance here. Major attendees and scissors in the comment section, please. The proposed rule change of the DTC would eliminate the requirement that a participant must confirm its activity statements monthly through DTC's participant inquiry notification system, or PINs. Pursuant to the proposed rule change, this requirement would be removed from the DTC PTS PBS. Okay, so number 3, the rule change has been on the table for some time and took effect today because it was filled today. Thus, I said it's new, right? We've been talking about DTC for 2 weeks now, and it is now effective right now. Something that we mentioned earlier about the fact that the squeeze either is this week, end of week, or early next week, sometime soon, because of the GME earnings report and the XRT rebalancing. And when we thought this DTC rule was going to be passed, it ended up being passed right now. What effect does this rule have? Especially in the current situation, in plain English, hedgies have to report their positions on a monthly basis to the DTCC prior to the rule change. In addition to that, there's a contradictory rule that stated daily reports had to be submitted. As hedgies were able to cite this contradiction as a reason to ignore the rules, now that it's gone, they have no choice but to comply. Oh, so this is actually pretty complicated. Even though it's about, shortening the amount of time that they had, originally the loophole was that hedgies were able to see that, oh, I need to be daily, I need to give my homework daily, and then I need to do my homework monthly. Which of these is the right one? Well, unfortunately, I can't do either, or perhaps they were sticking with the longer one. Now they don't have to do this, so they can only follow the one rule, which is they have to put their daily reports out instead of the monthly reports. This is going to be big ramification. If you still haven't caught up with those videos, we're going to catch you up right now. That means that submitting daily reports and opening up their accounts to the government if the balance threatens other NCSS members. And you know that Melvin and friends, they're frightening. Very threatening. So what happens now? Well, now that there is no rule stating that they have to report confirmed previously once a month, the DTCC can now ask them at any time to report and confirm their positions. They are tying the rope around the snake's head to keep them under control. This is nothing major, but went for 0.6. Oh, it's coming. You guys can already see it on screen. It already shows the DTCC is actually trying to stop these out of control hedge funds because they are endangering other institutions with their behavior at the moment. And now let's look at number 6. Why this rule change is bigger than you think. This rule, in addition to the yet to be passed SRNSEC 2021-801, we made a whole set of videos about them, but the main one that I want you to look at is the top 5 facts that you need to see. It covers 801 pretty darn good, stating that the DTCC can liquidate their member positions at any time. Just shows the DTCC wants to keep everything under their control. So if they see Citadel doing illegal stuff, remember, they can add a report. They can ask for a report on a daily basis now, and their new rule comes into effect. They would notice and could force Citadel to liquidate on close their positions. This is the most important thing about this rule. Now, that they can doesn't mean that they would, but essentially this is like saying originally they were giving daily amount of homework and they would check in monthly or maybe even longer to see if you've done your homework. Now your teacher can show up, Mrs. Krabappel, at your front door right before market opens and says, hey, you have 1 hour to tell me exactly what's in your lunch bag, mister. And if it's not something that I like, you're gonna have to sell everything to cover those short positions. This is brand new information that is now legitimately passed. Too long didn't read. The new rule is in effect now. What does it do? Hedgies had to report their positions on a monthly basis, but now it removes that obligation. So how is that good? Well, now there's no rule stating that they have to report or confirm previously once a month. The DTCC can now ask them at any given time to report, confirm their positions. They're tying the rope around the snake's head. Looks like he's just repeating himself. Let's see. Remember, they can now ask them on a daily basis, blah, blah, blah. Short DD, hope it helps. If there's any more mistakes or anything, call me out. Link to the whole document, which I'm going to take, and I'm going to add to the description. So what do you guys think? A needed catalyst that is going to cause the short squeeze, or at the very least, the beginning of the gamma squeeze later on this week. There is still 2 more days to see if Pixel's Hey It's Pixel or Josh's DD about the squeeze happening this week will come true. And the people like Renzel and other people who have been waiting for the squeeze for a long time, they no longer want to support a specific date. So with that understanding, comment down below if you think that the squeeze is imminent and if it will happen today, and I will see you on the moon.